My friend, thank you so much for doing this interview, man. How does it feel being here in Toronto? We're just a couple of days away, SummerSlam, the biggest party of the summer, Scotiabank Arena. You're going to be part of all this excitement. How does it feel being here?
Well, I just landed in Toronto a few hours ago, so I haven't actually had the time to, kind of go out and enjoy.
Wait,
but
are you serious?
Yeah. Right when I'm done with these interviews, I'm going to go. Everyone's telling me Tim Hortons is the spot to go eat something.
Across the street, man.
Across the street?
Yeah.
I'll see you across the street.
Okay, man. Look, this is one of the things why people love the WWE superstars, and especially yourself too. Lack of sleep, the tough roads, the traveling, being in a different bed, hotel, all these crazy things. But you guys still put on spectacular performances as if you guys were like modern day real superheroes.
The travel does get pretty intense, but when else would I be in Toronto? I get to go to China next month. I get to go to Hawaii next month. I'm going on a South American tour. I'm getting to see the world with my friends. You know what I mean? So with any job where there's passion, there's desire, you're gonna go pedal to the metal. You know what I mean? So yeah, the schedule is demanding, but the reward is even greater to me.
Absolutely, but you've become one of those figures that people look at and go, this is the kind of guy who's worked hard. And not saying not all the WWE superstars, they all do, but there's just something a little bit, I would say, more special when it comes to you, man, because some people might look at you as the underdog, but your performance, it's a 1, 2, 3 with the victory on your side.
Yeah. I mean, that's been my lifelong story, is kind of being the underdog. I was always like the smaller guy in high school. I was a former police officer before I came to WWE, so I was like one of the smaller police officers. And then even in the cruiserweight division, the 205 live, everyone that's under 205 pounds and below, I was one of the smaller guys there, no different on SmackDown. So being the underdog, being the smaller guy, it's never kind of inhibited me. It's been a lifelong story for me, so I just kind of like learned to kind of overcome and adapt that. That's not even like a mental barrier for me now. You know what I mean? I'm always expecting my opponent to be bigger and stronger, but that's where heart comes in.
Do you still think about what happened between you and between you and Randy Orton, that took you out of the spot where, of course, Kofi Kingston eventually became champion? Do you think about that and how life-changing it was for so many people?
It was the moment that defined the year for me. So this year has been a crazy emotional roller coaster for me. I came in on the highest of highs. I pinned at the current time WWE champion Daniel Bryan. I went on to get heavily featured in SmackDown and featured in pay-per-views and whatnot, and then for it all to go away over an injury. Randy is, that's why he's the Viper, man. He's methodical and he's dangerous in that ring. And on Sunday he's taking on Kofi. So I know Kofi knows how dangerous Randy is. So I don't need to give him any tips. But yeah, for me it was a little hard to kind of sit back and watch this rise of Kofi Kingston, a man that I love and respect. But I had to sit back and watch what could have been mine. You know what I mean? But hey, I was in that position one time. I just have to climb that mountain again.
And you're definitely going to do that. I know we don't have a lot of time, but something I want to bring up that shows your poise and integrity. I remember during, I do believe it was WrestleMania, it was the Hall of Fame, and somebody made a really ridiculous comment about your wife wearing is it called the Habib? What was it called?
Hijab, yeah.
Hijab, thank you. Could you talk a little bit about that and your response to that? Because I thought that was so classy of yourself.
Oh, thank you, Juan. Well, I have an incredibly beautiful wife, and she chooses to wear a headscarf as part of her religion. Again, it's something that she wears out of her own choice. She feels a connection to it and a connection to her religion. I had posted a picture like you would normally do with your wife. You're attending this cool event. You both look nice. You're all suited up. So we take this picture, and someone had commented about how this is America. She's not a slave, and she should take that off. I had responded with, hey, my friend, there's nothing more American than being able to freely exercise your religion. The reason I responded the way I did is obviously I get mad, I get depressed like everybody else, I get sad. I have feelings like, people think I'm a robot sometimes, that like, oh, you never lash out. No, I get mad too. My whole thing is, if someone is commenting or making the assumption that because of my religion or my background, I'm a hateful person, I'm evil, I'm uncivilized, I'm uneducated, I'm a barbarian, etc., etc. If that is what their perception is of me, if I respond hatefully or making lewd remarks or insulting them, does that help validate their point? Kind of does, right? But if I go the complete opposite, and I call him friend, a guy that insulted my wife, if I call him friend, and I just try to educate him, and I wish peace upon him at the end of our conversation, I've not only responded to him by telling a fact, but I've also completely dispelled any misconception he's had. So it's a win-win. So that's why I respond the way I do, man. Like hate doesn't defeat hate.
That's why you are a champion in and out of the ring. Thank you so much, and looking forward to seeing you at SummerSlam, my friend.
Thank you very much, brother. Appreciate it.